The opinion no one asked for about British esports joining partners with Saudi Arabia esports. My name is Emma Rose, or MZ in the gaming scene. I am a transgender woman who has represented Northern Ireland at the Commonwealth Games, winning a gold medal, and also Great Britain at the European Games, where I came in second to Italy. So I feel like I have some experience of working with British esports and being a transgender woman athlete in esports. So I feel I've been quiet for long enough. I've read a lot of stuff online and a lot of messages that have comments that have been left on British esports page, that I think I need to make a comment and I need to go on the record with my opinion. Not that anyone asked for it. Um, so first of all, I'm gonna state that everything I'm going to talk about today is my own personal opinion. It is not fact. It is not backed up by evidence in a lot of ways. Um, but you hear the word Saudi Arabia and you instantly think of the worst. You instantly think, no rights for LGBT people, no rights for women. And at one point that was probably correct. And it's probably still a long way off where it needs to be and what it should be. But from just a quick research, you can see that women's rights are improving. LGBT matters, maybe not so much, but Saudi Arabia is changing as a country. And I'm not saying that that's justifiable from their beliefs and from what they do, but they're trying to improve. And just like esports is trying to improve by being more inclusive and diverse, so is Saudi Arabia as a country. So let's not just jump to conclusions that this is the worst thing in the world that could ever happen. Let's actually think about it and see how this can make a difference and if it can be used for good. So, I'm transgender. I wake up feeling uncomfortable in my body. I wake up feeling like some days I shouldn't be here, some days struggling mentally, but at least I know I'm welcome in my own country and it's not illegal to be me. Given what Sunak said recently, it's not legal yet. Um, but I still feel uncomfortable. I still have a body that doesn't suit my mind. I still have a body that, I probably will never feel comfortable in, and especially given the waiting list at the NHS and things like that, I will probably never have the surgeries I want to feel comfortable in my body. But at least I can go out and be myself. People in Saudi Arabia can't do that. They can't just be themselves without fear of being attacked or arrested or different things like that. And again, that's just from what I've read online. I don't know anyone who lives in Saudi Arabia to confirm that, but that's seems to be the consensus. Now, what I do know though is if I did live in Saudi Arabia and I'm the same person I am now, just a gamer who wants to play competitively and wants to take part and feel welcome, if I saw that British esports had partnered with my esports federation, the Saudi Esports Federation, that would at least fill me with a little bit of hope. A little bit of hope that maybe something will change. Maybe, the culture of Great Britain will positively impact what our esports federation do. Now, esports is not a place for politics. Doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter where you're from, it doesn't matter your gender, what your sexual orientation. None of that crap should matter. But somehow it does. And politics does not have a space in esports. So let's think about the LGBT community in Saudi Arabia. Let's think about the women in Saudi Arabia and what the positive hope of British esports joining a federation, not joining a federation, partnering with a federation like Saudi Arabia Esports Federation. Let's think about what that could actually bring to those people who are scared to be themselves and don't have the same luxuries you and I have of being able to walk down the street wearing what we want, looking how we want, being who we want. That's a good thing, right? That's a good thing that British esports can now provide that hope that they're at the table, that decisions that will be made about esports in that country at least will have a voice there to say, yeah, what about LGBT people? Are they welcome? Are they safe? Are they going to be safe? What about women? Are they welcome? Are they safe? Are they going to be safe? That's a good thing. It's a good thing that we've partnered with them in that regard. Do I think partnering with Saudi Arabia changes anything that British esports have done? No, I don't. I think the people behind British esports, everyone involved, works so hard to improve the esports scene in the United Kingdom. Women in esports is a fantastic part of that organization and will continue to be and will continue to do amazing work. The comments people are leaving on social media is only damaging the work that women in esports do. Let's not instantly judge them for partnering in a country where we believe has terrible, and it can be seen online, has terrible rights and terrible circumstances for women and LGBT people. For women and LGBT people. But let's judge them on the actions that they take now that they have partnered. Let's judge them by the difference they can now make, and if they do make a difference. Let's give them time to see if we can actually help and make women and the LGBT community feel welcome, safe, and involved in esports in a country where, from what we can see as outsiders, they don't. I've represented Great Britain. I work very closely with British esports. I know just how hard, firsthand, everyone there works to make sure esports is inclusive as it possibly can be. I don't know about you guys, but I've been keeping an eye on the comments, and some of them are disgusting. Some of them are terrible, and I don't think they should be left. I think you need to really sort of look at yourself and reevaluate how you feel about this. This isn't a bad thing. This is a positive thing, and in the right circumstances, can be a very positive celebration. I mean, esports in general, right, is so vast that Saudi Arabia is such a big player in it. You just had Gamers 8, and look at all the influencers that that got flown over there, men and women. Everyone felt safe, felt involved, looked after, cared for. There's going to be a lot more esports events in Saudi Arabia. That's a fact. There's nothing you and I can do about that. There's nothing anyone in esports can do about that. They have the infrastructure, they have the money, they have the right people, they have the people willing to invest in esports and to grow esports and to make it such a spectacle. It's only a good thing that British esports are now sitting at the table talking with them, sharing our culture, sharing how we feel, sharing what we do to help improve those events. They're going to happen one way or another. There's nothing we can do about it. But we can be at the table and we can make a difference and we can try. So let's judge them on that. Let's judge them on the difference that we try to make instead of, oh no, they've partnered with Saudi Arabia. Let's throw all our toys out of the pram. This is the worst decision anyone's ever done. It's not. It's not. Let's think of the good that it can actually bring. Let's think of the hope it brings to people in Saudi Arabia. Let's think of the hope it brings the LGBT community and women in Saudi Arabia that someone as open as British esports in terms of inclusion and diversity and promoting not just men in esports. Think of the benefit that will have to people living in Saudi Arabia. To summarize, let's judge them on their actions and what actions they actually take with Saudi Arabia. They've said they want to share culture. Let's share our culture. Our culture includes me, it includes you, it includes everyone in between. British esports and the people involved will continue to work endlessly to improve esports in the UK and further. They've done so much for esports already and inclusion in esports, and they've changed my life personally. They've completely changed my life, and I am now a far better person than I ever was. I'm a far more confident person. I'm a far more happy person because I got to represent my country in what I love, which is gaming, and win, and feel welcome, and feel loved, and feel involved. So let's hold off our judgment until we see what comes next. Change doesn't happen overnight. It takes people to go out of their way to get involved, to share their opinion. That's the only way change ever happens. If we let Saudi Arabia just do what they want, it might change, but it's more likely to change with outside influence. We can be that influence. We can be at the table when decisions are being made in terms of esports. There is no space for politics in esports, but we can be at the table and try and make a difference. And I think that's what British esports have tried to do. I'm not saying your opinions are wrong. Your opinion, everyone is entitled to their opinion. Everyone can see, you know, yes, British esports have partnered with Saudi Arabia. Yes, that comes with some preconceived conceptions of what that means. But let's give it a chance. Let's see if and how their actions can positively affect esports in Saudi Arabia and over here. That's all.